Today, we're answering the question every Bitcoin miner asks themselves: what are the odds you'll ever hit a Bitcoin block with the hash rate that you have right now? We're going to use live calculators, plug in real numbers, and I'll show you exactly what your chances are. Stick around because by the end, you'll know whether solo mining is a fun lottery worth participating in or a total waste of time and money. Quick Bitcoin mining 101. Before we get into the nitty gritty, let me do a quick rundown on Bitcoin mining in general, just in case you're new to mining. Bitcoin blocks are found roughly every 10 minutes, and the entire network is currently hashing at about 900 to 1000 exahashes per second. Your hash rate is just a tiny slice of that, and we've actually had a decrease in overall Bitcoin mining hash rate since the fall of 2025. And that is actually good news for you because the decrease in difficulty increases your chances of hitting a block. The math is simple. Your probability of finding the next block is basically your hash rate divided by the entire network hash rate. In simple terms, if you have higher hash rate, your chances of hitting a block increase. Just like if you buy a lottery ticket more frequently, your chances of winning increase. I would argue that buying a lottery ticket daily is not a very convenient way to do things. You have to deal with driving to 7-Eleven, and in case you haven't noticed, gas ain't cheap lately. Then you have to wait in line and fork over cash every single day. The only upside to this is big gulps. I'd much rather skip the daily trip to 7-Eleven and set up a miner and let it run 24/7 on its own, even while I'm sleeping, drifting off to sleep, knowing that every 10 minutes, there's a small chance that I could hit the Bitcoin lotto. But just like the lotto, there are no guarantees you'll ever win a block. All right, now that I've got the basics out of the way, let's hop into this live calculator. Today, I'm using solochance.com. And this link is in the description if you guys want to try it out. I'm going to enter the hash rate from my Hammer BC04 Rev 7 Pro 6 terahash per second Bitcoin miner as an example. And I just did a full testing and setup video on this miner the other day if you guys want to check that out. So this miner is capable of 6 terahashes per second. So let's go ahead and see what the odds are. Now, keep in mind, the odds of hitting the jackpot in the Powerball are about 1 in 292 million. And with 6 terahashes of hash rate with a 100 watt small home miner that's easy to set up, you can solo mine and your chances are 1 in 156,348,000. So without a doubt, you are more likely to hit a Bitcoin block with that amount of hash rate than you are to go and play the lottery. So, and then also per day, 1 million, 1 in 1 million chance per day. What was all that 1 in 1 million talk? Now let's go ahead and punch in my total home Bitcoin mining hash rate. I'm running, several different small Bitcoin machines. We can see how the odds increase by putting a little more skin in the game. And it's easy to do this. You can just take the Bitcoin address that you're mining to and punch it right into the calculator if you're using CK Pool. And that's what I've been using lately. So I just clicked over here off of manual hash rate to CK Pool lookup. And then I'm just going to paste in my Bitcoin mining address and we'll hit fetch and calculate and see what the difference is. Okay, so my odds have increased. We went from 156,348,000 down to 124,088,000. And we went from a per day chance, 1,085,000 down to 861,728. So the odds have improved. And all I've done is added in the hash rate from a Bidax, which is around 1.2 terahash per second, and a Jingle Mining solo miner, which is also 1.2 terahash per second. So I've added 2.4 to that 6 for a total of around 8 or so terahash per second. So now you can see every little bit that you add increases your chances of hitting a block every day. 1 in 861,000 chance. Can you imagine waking up tomorrow and seeing an extra 3.125 Bitcoin that's worth $250,000 sitting in your wallet? What would you do if this happened to you? Tell me in the comments, guys. Me, first of all, I'd be freaking out, but I know exactly what I do. I'd split the Bitcoin up into 3 separate piles. I would put 1 Bitcoin in Tangent wallets for each of my kids, locked away for their future. Then I'd put the remainder to work for me. I would probably take a loan out on the remaining 1.125 Bitcoin and I would get a loan through CoinRabbit and I would buy some more mining hardware. I've done stuff like this through them before and it worked out better than selling my Bitcoin. So I got the money really fast in stable coins. It took like 10 minutes and I was able to just send that money to the reseller and I was up and hashing really fast. So if you want to try out CoinRabbit, the link is in the description along with this solo chance calculator that I've been showing you guys. So anyway, that's what I would do. And I'd love to add more hash rate to my mining farm. I want to buy as much hardware as I can before we get an epic bull run. Speaking more hash rate, let's have some more fun with the numbers and punch in some bigger miners that I've reviewed lately. Let's say you're chugging along with a Canon Avalon Mini 3. I've done videos on that. I'll leave links to everything, like I said, in the description. You can check out that video too if you want to. So let's punch in the hash rate we'd get with the Canon Avalon Mini 3. Okay, now don't forget, as a baseline, 6 terahash per second. That's how we started this video off, with a very small 100-watt home miner. 1 in 158,540,000, or 1 in, well, now it's up to 1.1 million per day chance. Now let's go ahead and punch in the 38 terahash that the Canon Avalon Mini 3 is capable of and calculate. So now we're down to 1 in 25 million chance and 1 in 174,000 chance per day. You add hash rate, you increase the odds. Now I've gone to conferences and interviewed people about the Avalon Q, and that is 90 terahash per second. Let's check that out real quick. 90 terahash per second Bitcoin mining power from the Avalon Q. Let's punch that in. Now we're down to 1 in 10,569,000 and 1 in 74,000 per day. Okay, so you get the idea. Hitting a solo block at home is rare, but it does happen. We've seen some very lucky home solo miners score several Bitcoin blocks this year, and that's why people still try. So there you have it, your exact odds of hitting a Bitcoin block based on your hash rate, straight from a fun and easy to use live calculator. So don't forget to tell me in the comments, what would you do if you hit that Bitcoin block? If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and last but not least, don't forget to keep it decentralized for the greater good. The greater good.